If you are fighting, stop fighting. If you are marching, stop marching. Come back to me. Come back to me is my request. I remember reading these lines in the novel Cold Mountain back when I was 14 and thinking how desperate and alone the book's female protagonist Ada must have felt as she waited for the man she loved, Inman, to return from the Civil War. Their only means of communication were letters, and they were few and far between. To make matters worse, the war seemed senseless, futile. It was that senselessness and futility that helped me rationalize Ada's request for Inman to desert the Confederate Army and come home to her. Now that I am married to a soldier who is also far away, fighting in a war that seems similarly pointless, I completely get it. More than 150 years separate our stories, and yet I am struck by how little some things have changed. Humans still want the people we care about to be with us, to be physically present. Wars are still being fought, even if they are futile. People still feel called to serve. Selflessness, conflict, companionship, and love are all enduring aspects of the human condition. The things that have changed, on the other hand, have arguably enabled us to turn against our most basic needs. I have never been one to consider technology or advancement as a negative. Indeed, I am usually one to think the more modern, the better. But after reading Virilio a second time, while enduring this most significant separation from the one I love most, my thoughts are somewhat different, at least for now. We have literally created the technology which separates us. It is easier than ever to jump in a car or plane or helicopter and travel long distances away from our family and friends. These distances, we tell ourselves, are mollified by none other than technology. But knowing someone is only a FaceTime away is not quite enough to traverse hundreds or thousands of miles and connect us in the way we truly want to be connected. It seems that technology is always playing catch-up with the problems it creates. We created guns and bullets that could easily and quickly rip through a body long before we created the technology to put a body back together. We created phones and TVs and computers, yet we still struggle with isolation as a result. We created the means by which we separate ourselves physically, but have yet to create a replacement for actual presence. I am still inclined to believe technology solves more problems than it creates. Maybe as humans, we should get smarter as technology gets smarter. Just because we can use technology to harm, to destroy, to isolate, to separate, does not mean that we should.